Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Time to Roll's Campaign 1. This is episode 101. We've broken into the triple digits. Not a whole lot going on today. We just haven't been able to play the last 2 weeks because of a mixture of people not being around. Slash Father's Day was last Sunday, and I was not available. So, um, yeah. So let's get right into it. We're starting a little late today, but we will. Well, I guess we'll see if Squirt Election joins us. He just ended his stream. Let me. Okay. All right. Just want to make sure. All right. So, anyways, let's get into it. We'll do a little bit of a recap per usual, and we'll go from there. Okay.
That's what you have a dog
And,
for.
well, yeah. He's literally like wiping up everything that we didn't get with the paper towels. And they didn't bring the other ice cream thing that I ordered. So yeah. I'm
Can you
very having a day apparently.
can
I'm
you
sorry.
blame them for dropping it?
No. Because they took the
Okay. There's stuff going on. What is happening? Why is it doing this? Hello? Can you fucking function like I need you to? There we go. Okay. It's like, why was I seeing my face?
It may have just like melted, including the cup. So fucking hot out there.
Yeah, not
That's-
quite. I wasn't that slow to pick it up, so
What if they don't have AC in their house?
ours might be dying.
I mean, like in their car is what I meant.
Oh, okay. That too.
Their mobile house.
Right?
Their place of work.
Where the
All right.
Hi, dog. You're gonna need a bath when I get done playing.
Okay. Well,
Murdoch tried to help catch the dropped drinks.
Oh, good. Glad, good boy. Okay. So that emo is disturbing. Why?
It's my friends.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, anyways,
It's Jason Bourne.
okay, a little bit of a recap, and we'll get right into it. Last we left off, you, the rat bastards, were made aware that a attack had happened here in the capital city of Esperoir. Upon realizing that your faithful task giver and friend Leon was heading up the attack, you chose to take action, meeting up with various members of various former members of your party, but generally it was just friends in general, that were in the process of battling off legions of both devils and demons, as well as undead. You made your way to the northern side of the city, towards the Lake of Life. Upon crossing it, you ran into Elkis and Archer in the middle of aerial combat, fighting against the hordes of demons that were attacking them. They told you to continue on as you all made your way to the Inner Sanctuary. As you got to the Inner Sanctuary, you were immediately faced with a horde of undead, varying between zombies and other types of undead, blocking the doorway into the Inner Sanctum. After some quick thinking by Vivra, using plant growth, you managed to block off a a good section of the or of the island in order to make your way to the front door, and immediately being followed by Laura Barkhopper, Alan's mother, who thus closed the door behind you. For
I
Aiko,
closed it.
you closed it, but she sealed it. For Aiko's purpose, because you were not here last time, you found yourself in stealth, flying above the island, mirroring your friends as they walked or as they ran across the water, using their what are the items you use to water walk? Boots of water walk, is that
Water
it?
walking rings.
Oh, water walking rings. That's right. You managed to sneak in, sneak into the door before it was closed. However, your dragon, we're going to roll for. I will do me a favor and just roll a d20, and I'm going to roll a d20 myself. If you beat it, the large blue dragon snuck in somehow under the detection of all your friends.
Why the fuck did I come back?
Hey, welcome.
Well, on the downside for me, I rolled a 2. So, somehow, some way, Aiko, you did manage to sneak into this chamber. You managed to sneak in and stay undetected in the upper rafters of the ceiling, with Aragon, still riding Aragon. As your friends run forward to these large double doors, you see a various flashing of magic and flashing of swords clashing. Various demon-like creatures are doing battle with members of the leading society, the head society of Esperor. You, for the sake of you not being there, you stayed back and observed, waiting to enter into the fight. However, as you finally see your friends surrounding Leon in a fight, you go to step forward with Aragon to arrow knocked, ready to draw as your body stops. You can... Your time has stopped around you, and that's where we left off, was a time stop. Okay. So. Hey, Magic, something's coming through your mic. I don't know what it is. Either way, time has stopped. You see, actually, none of you see this. Leon is going to kind of float above as his hand waves a spell. He has 4 turns because the d4 I rolled right before the end of last session. He will look at each and every single one of you and smile and look over to you, Zane. Shame, 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 shame. For his first action, he's going to take your bag of holding.
Which one?
How many do you have?
Let me look.
6.
I've got at least 2.
He'd be able to tell if there's things in them, by the way.
Well, they both have things in them.
One has a crack and the other one has your things, yeah? Is it 2?
Yeah.
Cool. Roll d4 for me.
Stab you. That is a 3.
Cool. He reaches down and grabs the Kraken bag of holding.
Oh.
Odds were Kraken, evens were your normal.
Well.
He grabs it and notices what's in it. Oh, this will be useful. Kind of like holds on to it. He will then for his second action, he will fly over here to the door, and he will push it open. It's not his action. It's part of his movement. He'll then look at all of you. Shame. Oh well. He will then cast Delayed Blast Fireball, at 9th level, above all of you, and set it for when you come out of time stop. For his third action, he is going to, which that's a concentration spell, so I have to be mindful of that. Let's see here. This is not. You're gonna see him. Well, no, you won't see him, but he will reach into his own bag of holding, and he will, in his hand, he will have something in a vial, and with one chant of a spell, he is going to crush the bottle and throw it as far as he can to the other edge of the arena, or of the garden. So we'll say, we'll roll d20 for it. 10. What's his strength? Not great. Plus 2, so it's 12. So I'm going to say 12 times 5 is going to be... No, we'll go 12 times... We'll do times 2. Okay, so it's 200, we'll go times 20, 40. 240 feet he managed to throw it, guided with magic. So he throws the bottle, or this vial, and as it hurls through the air, it kind of gets caught by the magic of time stop, but continues to float nonetheless. And let me go ahead and grab something. If Roll20 would load, that would be lovely. Oh no, I might have to reload Roll20.
That sucks. I will say, due to my current bad mood unrelated to the game, I have my Rule to Lawyer hat on, and I'm waiting for you to slip up even the slightest bit, Zach. So
Cool. That 84 HP is looking great.
I know.
Well, if the fucking, well, use theater of mind, because for some reason the fucking the library isn't loading. Because I rolled on a fucking thing. Anyways, oh, there it is. I'll scroll down and find it. So landing behind, the vial cracks and spreads, and a creature that none of you can see yet starts to grow and is cultivated from whatever is in this vial. And then for his final action, he will bid all of you adieu. And he will telekinetic shove Rossalor back 5 feet. Get him out of the blast
Which I
range.
believe breaks the time stop.
If I believe a time stop is if he makes an attack action against an enemy.
Nope. The spell ends if one of the actions you use during the period or any effects that you create during this period affects a creature other than you, or an object being worn or carried by someone other than you.
Well, that's fine. It's his last action, anyways.
I figured.
He's
still, damn it, I have my Rule Lawyer hat on.
Wait, wouldn't then if he grabbed his Zane's bag, it would have.
No, that's an item.
Okay.
That's an item, not
But-
not a
Isn't
creature.
it something that he's holding? Wasn't
It is,
that part
it
of
is
it?
an object being worn or carried by someone other than you.
Yeah, it doesn't affect that's not a that doesn't affect someone though, does it? Like taking something
It
from
affects
someone.
the object, though. Yeah, it does affect the object.
God damn you and your fucking rules lawyer hat. Have a better day,
Correct.
damn it.
Dummy.
All right. Well, all right. Well, I'll go back on my word a little bit here. Given that this is, he would know that. You still have your Kraken. However, yeah. Let's just see what he. Oh, I have a whole table for this. I'm really
Sure you do.
I'm random rolling for it. Okay, that's fine. He will go ahead and cast. For his second action, he will, from far away, he will cast summon Greater Demon, and he will summon. I'll pull it up, but I need to get the thing that is actively growing because I think it would be funny.
Zach's like, thanks for playing. I had a lot of fun killing you guys very slowly.
Yeah, well, Time Stop is an interesting spell. And I misread it. I thought taking something would be fun. There it is.
Sorry, I'm only a little sorry.
Don't be sorry.
No.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Anyways,
In a way, I'm glad you dropped your drinks.
Right? I'm sorry that
Anyways.
happened, but like, good for us.
Where are you? Just another one of these dudes. Where the fuck are you? Oh, there you are. Okay. With a telekinetic shove, he shoves Rosalor out of the way and walks through the door. As time reverts, a fireball slams into all of you. So I'm gonna need dexterity saving throw.
I fail anyway.
Oh yeah, you are
God
stunned.
damn, Austin. Jesus.
Coming in hot.
Like that.
That's pretty good for me, actually.
Wow, I sucked.
Thanks.
Let's fail.
Does a 25 succeed?
It would succeed, yeah.
Oh, you know what? I
Okay.
might be able to re-roll that because I have.
So I'm going to Flash of Genius that then to succeed.
What's the passing number?
23.
Oh, okay.
So I
Balls.
definitely needed to do that to succeed then. Perfect.
I can re-roll my saving throw. I can re-roll with Indomitable. That's better.
There it is.
$24. Okay.
$24 succeeds. Okay. With just so Todd, you do take half because of your evasion.
Right.
Okay. So
It's fire damage.
yes. So you guys calculate the damage for your own
I
characters.
have to have. I love that.
So
Yeah.
53 damage.
I'll drop and absorb elements.
Okay. All right. So 23 was a save. Everybody fails except for Elka and Beat by the looks of it. And
I fail.
did you fail? Okay, and then what Zane? What was your?
I got 25 on mine.
Oh, okay, yeah, you succeed as well. Okay, so you take half plus another half if you want to do absorb.
Well, I don't have to, so it's fire.
Oh yeah, fair.
Resistance, baby.
So you take
Right.
you take a quarter of damage, which should be
14 damage.
14. Yeah. 27 for anybody that took half.
You
Okay. So as you get smacked with a delayed blast fireball, which I actually need to roll for a few others, which they're fine HP wise mostly, except for one. Oh, that's not good. The one that failed is the one that's not great. Okay, well, the king is looking really fucking charred. But he kind of shakes it off a little bit. As all of you kind of collect your thoughts, except for you, Ori, you then notice growing in size at the other edge of the corridor a lizard-looking creature with horns starting to protrude out of its head, horns starting to grow on its back. And it's not quite this size yet, so we'll shrink it down just a wee bit. Standing in front of you, though.
question.
Sure.
Am I aware that Rosalor is here around?
You would have noticed him right before the time stop happened, yes. And you would now
Okay.
notice he's not standing at the perch that he was standing on.
That's fair.
So for your sake, because of your wicked perception, the doors in front of you are not quite fully closed. So these right here
Okay.
are not quite fully closed. They're just starting to close as you blink your eyes out of the fireball. Rosalor is nowhere to be seen from where you saw him, and you immediately feel everybody actually feels a bit of a terrifying presence behind them as you turn around.
Favorite.
And I'm going to say, for the sake of, I don't think anybody's actually seen one of these before.
I know one of us that has.
Which one?
Thaddeus did.
Oh, yeah, he did. Huh. How about that? Yeah, so Thaddeus, you turn around and immediately you see a lizard-like creature that you kind of recognize. For everyone else, if you want to make a nature check, I'll allow it. As it's slowly growing in size.
Oh, where did I see this? Just before I died?
I'm blanking on it. It was
On the ship on the way here.
on the ship. Yeah.
How come I'm the only one that saw it?
Because
You're
you
the one that
went
broke
after
into it.
treasure.
They had a baby.
Oh, yes.
There's
yes,
a
yes.
baby Tarask hidden within the chest that had the mimic for the lock.
That's right.
Yep.
Oh, joy.
Within
Oh, I know you. That big.
there's a blank expression on its face, and its back is actually turned to all of you right now, but it kind of like flips its head around and looks, and just its teeth starts to grow. You see, it's like a best way you could describe it is like it's like a creature that isn't fully formed yet, and you're seeing it form in front of your eyes. It grows to an immense size, and as it opens its mouth, its teeth start to form in its mouth. And the horns start to get larger and longer. And for Vuivra, you know exactly what this is. for these creatures, while being very rare in your homeland, are actually native to the deserts that you grew up in.
Oh, joy.
You would know this as a Tarask, or in the simple words of Sabathian, it would translate to terror, or roaming terror, depending on who you talk to. Large solitary creatures that that are known to bring destruction to any civilization that happens to come across one. And you are now staring face to face with one. Standing off to the side here, you do notice another Balor has cracked out of a rift and is now standing or looking very fucking confused as to why there's a giant world-ending monster and a group of adventurers, but its commands are to kill. So he's gonna start for their we'll call it for their initiative action, not even an action. He's just gonna slowly start wandering closer and closer, slow stepping, and he gets to about there. Okay. As the door slams shut and you hear the door shut, at the end of Leon's turn, Ori, you are stunned. You're by power words, and I believe you can roll to break it. Let me double check that. Let's see here. Yeah, so you make a Constitution saving throw. Ori.
All right. Um, 23.
That is the DC. You feel your body start to loosen and relax, and you have full movement again. Your body does feel numb, though, after getting hit with a power word. But okay, that is your turn. You can say something if you want to if you want to. But I
Or he
don't.
just pinches himself.
Gotcha.
Does he feel anything?
You feel the sensation of you pinching yourself, but the pain isn't quite there yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Just,
your body's slow. It's like your leg. You know, when your leg falls asleep, it's like the blood slowly starting to rush back, and you're starting to get that.
Fuzzy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He'll just stand there and literally shake it off.
Okay. All right. You're at the end of your turn. King Dryas kind of like rubs the soot away from his face, realizing that he is not doing great, and will look ahead and say, "Oh gods, not good, not good at all. Where's my Leon?" And he will turn around and like look towards the door that, for his sake, is now just slowly closing. And without saying a word, he's just gonna try to rush in after him. And that him rushing in and dashing will be his turn. It's now Onyx's turn. Onyx will turn around and look and be like, "Well, that's interesting. Tarask in broad daylight. Could this day get any worse?" And he will, yeah. He's just gonna kind of... Let me pull up the Tarask character sheet real quick, so I know what the AC is. There it is. Okay. Onyx is going to step forward 2 steps and immediately cast Sunbeam on the Tarask. So I need... for Aiko's sake, go ahead and roll initiative for me to see where you're at in the initiative order. Okay. Eiko, you're more or less hiding behind this wall right here with Aragon. Okay. You're gonna go after Onyx. So Sunbeam, I need the creature to make a Constitution saving throw. That is a natural 1. Plus 10 is 11. Okay. $68 radiant damage. $34 points, which it is not resistant to. Okay. All right. Onyx is going to go ahead and hold concentration on Sunbeam. And that'll be his turn. Eiko, you time restarts, and sitting in front of you is now the largest creature you've probably ever seen before. Other than maybe a dragon. What would you like to do?
I'm looking, trying to figure it out.
Yep.
While he's thinking,
Mhm.
is this thing that he summoned in, is this magic?
You can gather. Actually, it's hard to gather because you didn't watch him summon it in. You were time stopped. All of a sudden, there's just a fucking Tarask that just grew up out of nowhere. In your eyes.
Okay.
This is a beast, right?
I believe it's a monstrosity. Nah, it's a monstrosity.
No, I mean, it,
Guardian of Nature? Okay.
I didn't mean to hit it.
Oh,
I
okay.
was looking at it.
Gotcha.
I don't have anything to go against it.
I will tell you, the other option is you could definitely, like, sneak around it
Yeah.
to get close. Like, that is an option. You are so far spread out from your friends that, if you want to try to, if you want to use your whole, if you want to use your entire turn, I like the way Nate does in his campaign. You could use your whole turn to get 5 times your movement speed. If you wanted to do that. Or
that's Cody's rule, actually.
is that Cody's rule?
Mm-hmm.
It's a great rule. I fucking love it.
I don't know where he got, but I got from him.
The other option is you could get on Aragon and you do 5 times his movement speed. That is another option.
Yeah, let's get on Aragon, and I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace and try to get past it.
Okay. I will say, because you're using Pass Without a Trace, you won't get the 5 times movement speed, but you can use Aragon's action to dash, which would be 2 times his movement speed.
Is movement speed.
I believe it's 680. 80 flying.
Yeah, 80 flying, so it'd be 160.
160. Yep. So from there, you could get to your friends.
Yeah, let's do it.
So what I'm gonna need you to do is you're not gonna. I'm gonna need you to roll a stealth check for Aragon. Plus 10 because they're passed without trace, and a stealth check for you plus 10.
Okay.
And you're gonna be flying overhead.
So, for me, 20 to 30.
23. You're going off of his passive perception. That is, yeah, you. Huh. Yeah. I didn't realize the Tarask passive perception was that dog shit. That's great.
And then Aragon.
It's real bad. You land there. Let's see what the Balor's passive is. I think it's higher, but I don't think it's that high.
What do I need to roll for sales for Aragon?
Stealth check. So it would be dexterity. Dexterity plus his dexterity mod. So roll dexterity plus 10. Good. 17. That still beats the Tarask's passive perception. It's a 10, by the way.
Brad, I sent you a message.
Okay. You sent me a message or someone else?
Someone else.
Oh,
Brad.
gotcha.
I think that's it.
Okay. You land. The Balor does see a giant, not a giant dragon, but a decent-sized dragon, and its rider land right here. But you have got now the view of the Tarask. Okay, that's your turn. Elka, you just got exploded by a fireball, and now Leon is gone, and you just watch the king run after him.
I would like to run after the king.
Okay.
Which direction was that?
This way.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize there was a door there. Okay, so I'm gonna run after the king.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So you enter into a chamber. Dark and lighting. The immediate thing that hits your passive perception is the smell, which is a fresh spring, but it's also like a really like old moldy mildew type smell that wafts through the air. It's like you smell running water. You don't see it and you don't hear it, but there's also just like a bit of a harshness to the air as well. You have dark vision, right?
Yes, I have goggles.
Goggles, right?
For dark vision.
Yep. Looking in front of you, you see what looks to be like a forest path, just stretching for as far as you can see, and you see full sprinting after. You can't see past the king, but you just barely see his golden wings glowing in the dark as he's running down the straightaway through the forest.
Okay.
So you're just are you gonna follow after?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going after him.
Let me check his speed because thankfully this is all happening pretty much right at once. Are you gonna use your entire turn to do 5 times the movement speed?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So seeing as the king's movement speed is it's 50, so 200 feet. What's your movement speed? Base movement speed?
30.
30. Okay, so you're not quite keeping pace with him. You're just behind. You're about 50 feet behind, but you can just barely see him. You can see his golden wings glowing in the dark as you race behind him.
Okay, I'm gonna shout at him
Okay.
and just be like, Your Majesty, please, don't go alone.
I'll do what I must. If you come with me, that's fine.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous to go alone.
Take this.
It's
It's a tiny little rabbit with swords. All right. Well, I'll keep running after him.
Okay. It is the Queen's turn. Esper, she will look at the. She will analyze the situation, and for her action, she will go ahead and cast Mass Cure Wounds at 9th level.
Should I stay for that?
Well.
Oh well.
Oh well.
No heals for me.
Okay, so that would add 4. So that's a 78 plus 6. Okay.
Damn, some 7s and 8s in there.
Yeah.
Vivra, you get healed for 48. Or 46.
46.
Sorry,
Yeah.
46. Let's see here. Who else is real damaged?
I'm also wounded. But I don't know how bad compared to everybody else.
Zane, yes, 46. Beep, you get 46. Ori and Thaddeus both get 46. And we'll go with Elmic, Elka's father, will also get 46.
Nothing for Gretchen Wieners.
And she will, she will kind of like be like, excuse me, and like kind of brush past you, Vivra.
Oh yeah.
And starts walking as fast as she can, and then you'll see her blip as she casts Misty Step as a bonus action. And she will be now, in theory, running behind you, Elka. Is now Sebastian's turn. Sebastian will look at everybody. Yep.
Zach, real quick. This is gonna fuck me over, I'm sure, but Razalur is not in the initiative order.
I know.
Okay.
Yep, I'm aware.
Okay.
I will say, he does not act on his own. Right here and now. He does not.
Interesting.
Yep. So, Sebastian will look at everybody and say, chase after them, if you can. I guess leave the beast to us. And he will step forward and he will reach out. I believe he's just in range for this spell. Oops. I hit F12 by accident. I was like, what did I just do? Okay. I think it's 90 feet. It's 100 feet. I was right. Okay, I figured he was in range. He's going to reach out and attempt to cast Force Cage on the Tarask. Which is just far enough to do it. Soul Barrier, Charisma saving throw. For a Tarask, that's actually not bad. but still fails. That's a 16 charisma save, but it fails. So he's holding, just barely holding a Tarask inside of a force cage. Like that's just holy shit. It's a 20 by 20 cage.
No one bump him on the way through.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say just barely enough to contain it. Okay.
It's like tail is sticking out.
Yeah.
One little arm.
It's just trying to hold it down, right? That will be concentration, right? Is force cage? I thought force cage was concentration. No, it's not. How about that? It just lasts an hour. It could break out of it though. Gotcha. Okay, that is Sebastian's turn. I suppose he'll scooch a little closer to Onyx. He's right here. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, Thaddeus, it is your turn. You're still invisible.
Did I hear them say to run after?
Yes, he said it very out loud for everyone to hear.
Okay. Using my acrobatics, I'm going to use my entire turn to go as far as I can.
For shits and giggles, roll me an acrobatics check with advantage because at this point at this level and at this point, it's gonna you have to roll real. Okay, yeah, you're good. Be funny if you rolled 2 nat ones. That would have made my day actually.
He slips and falls on his face.
You're dead.
So I'm gonna.
So you're gonna chase after him? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Beep. What do you want to do?
Is anyone looking like really hurt right now?
Anybody looking really
Not
hurt?
anymore.
I don't have
I'm great.
I don't have a look at anybody's HP.
I mean, Elka is about halfway, but she's
running.
out of your range.
Yeah.
I'm gonna back up because I'm pretty low.
So you're just gonna run after him?
Oh wait, never mind. My bad. I went the wrong direction.
You're so you're I wanna be clear. You have Leon who clearly went through this chamber. We have a world-ending monster and a demon to your back. Which way do you want to go?
Oh, that's true. I guess I'll stay with the group then.
Okay.
Actually,
I rolled like shit
No,
for the
I'll do-
initiative in the Tarask, by the way.
I will do Lehman's tiny hut.
You're just gonna make it a hut right there? That takes a minute to cast.
Oh, it does.
Mhm.
Well, hopefully no one disturbs me.
Okay. I
That's 10 turns.
that's 10
oh,
turns.
It's 10 turn. Oh, right.
I want to
Right.
also be clear that you did just hear them say go after them, but you can do what you want. I'm just letting you know that's a 10-turn casting time with a fucking Tarask
And
in the room.
we'll do psychic lance on. Screw it. We'll do it on Leon.
He's so far away. There's no way you're gonna hit him. Like this is just to show that he went through the.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then I'll hit the monster. It's 120. So
Yeah. Okay. You could from there.
should be.
120. You'd have to
Yeah. I'll
move 10
forward a
feet.
little bit
Yeah.
then.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll move forward a little bit, and we'll do psychic lance.
Okay. That's a charisma. Right.
Intelligence actually.
Intelligence. That's great
Oh.
for a fucking monster.
Why does it sound like you're regretting this monster?
Oh, it's
And-
no. That's literally it's dumb stat.
And we'll do it at 6th level.
It's a
Why not?
fantastic spell to cast on a Tarask. Actually,
Oh, I already. Never mind. Okay.
it rolls with
so-
disadvantage too because of Force Cage, I believe.
Gesundheit.
Bless whoever.
Bless you.
All right.
Thank you.
Did you roll yet, or?
I'm in the process of. I just need to see if I have to roll disadvantage or not. I don't know if it just restrains its movement or can't leave by magical means. On a success, creature cage and a creature control spell can't be spelled by spell magic. Okay, so yeah, it's just a roll. That's great. That's really great.
All right.
That's a natural 1 with for a total of 6.
All right.
So it is incapacitated and takes 31 points of damage.
That was a really poor roll for damage, but oh well.
Well,
Well, yeah, it's below average.
it is now trapped in a force cage and effectively unable to move, take actions, reactions, or bonus actions. So, yeah, that's two spells from 2 people just fucking mitigated a world-ending monster. Congratulations.
All right, guys. Now we know that intelligence is a weak point.
All right, somebody
This is
polymorph. I've got a bag ready.
you motherfucker, no.
that may not have been among my thoughts.
God damn it. I decide for once in my life, I'm like, okay, this is the one thing I am going to do. It's gonna be a fucking Tarrasque. The one time I decide to use a Tarrasque, you guys are just like, yeah, fuck. Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, don't worry about it. Weak.
And
Anyways.
then I will.
Oh, never mind. I don't have polymorph prepared.
Who is up? Turn order. I'll give actually. Trying to figure this out real quick. Who I want to give? All right. About 10. Or is it Vivra? I forget which one.
It's Weaver now.
Yeah.
Vivra.
Yep.
Okay. You don't have an active bardic inspiration, do you?
I do not.
Okay, then I'll give it.
I think last time you were thinking about it, but I was doing something that didn't need it, so.
Yeah, I'll give it to you now then.
Alrighty.
That's a D10 now? Yeah. For Bardic? Or is that
it's a D10. Yeah, it's a D10.
There you go. Okay, you still have 20 feet of movement, and it seems like 2 of your using your truth sight because of Thaddeus. 2 of your friends are chasing after Leon down this long forested corridor through these doors.
I didn't think that. Nobody saw me go.
Well, technically I did.
Yeah, I was to say, Arville has truth sight, because of the corridor.
Yeah.
Well, even.
I mean, I did step on some heads, but
I'll probably stick in my position just to make sure everyone's okay with the giant monster.
Okay, that's completely fair.
I think I picked up that you went as well.
I would say so. Yeah, you would see the leaves rustling. It's like, yeah,
I actually bounced off your head. So
29 with disadvantage. Thank you very much.
Gross. That is fucking gross. Wait, you just rolled a 20 and a 19. What the hell?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Christ. All right.
Good God. Okay. Yeah. You glanced over and you just see like leaves and grass rustle as he lands. You don't hear it though because the boots of Elvenkind. Yeah. Fucking. You guys have created some monsters of characters.
I have made this character do one thing well.
You're welcome.
They made monsters, and then there's
Then there's Aiko. His specialty is dragon.
Missing his shot.
His specialty is rolling ones.
Rolling
He's rolled
ones
real
and
good today.
dragons.
No, I haven't.
You rolled good on your initiative.
Yeah, that's it.
That's true.
Sometimes that's the most important one to get.
Yeah, true. Okay, it is, yeah, that's the fucking ridiculous. What is,
And your pass without a trace was a good roll.
well, yes. Yeah, I'd like to point out that for initiative, I rolled a 2 for the Tarask. The Tarask is just like the big dumb baby that can't do anything now. Anyways, it's
That's just a big dumb baby.
it is. Anyways, it's
Sounds like a big dumb goldfish.
anyways, it's Elmic's turn. Elmic is going to bunny hop. Yeah, he can do bunny hop twice. So boing, boing, and he's going to land here. Look, a dragon, and then see you on top of it, just kind of waving. Whoa. 1, 2. Gives Aiko a pat on the chin, and he's going to just kind of stand there at the ready to fight this Balor that's here. Lura's turn. Lura is going to. She's going to step forward and she's going to cast. Which stupid druid, high level druid spell does she want to cast today? Let us look at her spell sheet.
Yes.
Yes.
All of the above.
Come on. Roll 20. Is roll 20 being slow for any of you as well, or?
Yes. That's why I'm on my phone. Doing it on my phone.
Oh, gotcha. Man, it is not wanting to load this spell sheet whatsoever.
I mean, I have up to 7th level spells if you are looking for.
Is it plant growth that can create thorns that yeah, thank you.
Yep.
It causes the difficult terrain.
Plant growth does do yeah, like double difficult terrain.
Okay, that's
basically.
That's what she'll do. She'll cast plant growth, and you'll see thorny vines. In fact, you'll see the flowers that are planted along the side start to grow out and entangle themselves into vines and thorns, and this entire area right here between her and the Tarask is now double difficult terrain. I'm now realizing, you know what? Leave that for them. Okay, that's her turn because druids. Vivra, what do you want to do?
Alrighty, I'm gonna turn around and stare down Lae'zel. Is there anything that I'm picking up that would make me believe that he is something like a simulacrum or
Make an Arcana
a
check.
ghost, or if he is like not actually there?
Make an Arcana check.
There we go.
Rolled a 20 and a 19, now natural 1.
Yep.
Duality of man.
We're going. Yep, we're going all directions. Okay. Well, in that case, I am going to, through my armor that I got a long ass time ago, and literally bought with the intention of using it on Ori, but I've never had the reason to. I'm gonna turn Lae'zel and cast Dominate Person through my armor.
Huh. Okay. Which what's the save for that?
That would be. As I double check, I believe Wisdom, but I'm checking. Where the hell is it? Yes, wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I need to check one rule. Huh. You go to cast Dominate Person.
Yep.
On Rosalor. And the spell fails.
Got it.
And you realize, because you're the one that cast it, it's not because they resisted it, it's because they can't be dominated.
Oh. Interesting. Then
Well, I'll say we'll have to wait until your next turn if you want to try to roll and figure out why.
Weaver figured out it's because Rosalor's the top.
I mean,
I hate it when people say they're verse and they're not.
No, I'm gonna find out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a 5, whoops, and 15. 20. And I will go ahead and extend my extendo spear and poke at him once.
okay.
But I don't think a 10 is gonna do it.
Shockingly, a 10 does do it.
Okay.
Okay.
And then also the, what is it, 4 damage that I rolled for absorb elements? Yeah. Plus 4 fire damage.
4 fire damage. I believe, actually, that'd be 8 fire damage.
Ah.
As you poke and stab, a chunk of, from where you stabbed, a chunk of like icy clay material falls off of his body.
Okay.
And he takes 15 points of damage.
Then I will go ahead and take my last I will kind of yell out in disgust, he is not actually here. And then 5, 10, I think that's all the movement I have left. So yeah, that'll be my turn.
Okay.
Actually, I cannot stab him because I cannot do a action spell and an action stabby.
I'm gonna say I'll allow you to poke him. Well, it doesn't take the damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, for your sake, if you just wanted to poke somebody, like,
Okay.
just to poke them, I'd say I'd let you use your bonus action for that. Druids don't get bonus actions anyways.
Yeah, just a handful of them.
5e purists watching this, don't come for my neck, thank you.
Okay, then I'll take my 10 feet of movement remaining, and then that'll be it.
Yeah, in this case, you won't see like a chunk, you'll see like a dusting of like inanimate dust come off of them as you stab them.
Yeah, it'll be like my spear didn't hit normal human-y fleshy resistance, so
Be very much more like hitting a clay golem, which I believe you guys have fought once.
Sure.
So, okay. It's Malleus's turn. Malleus will look at you, Zane. I don't know what the fuck you dragged me into, but this is fun as hell.
You're welcome.
And he's going to sniper rifle in hand. That's right, he has his fucking sniper rifle out. he's just going to kind of like lean. Actually, he'll like lean and look around at the Tarask. Ew. Hey, son, can I borrow your shoulder?
Sure can.
Racks around. Cool. Ori, duck. Boo! Shoots at Tarask. This is where his AC comes into play. That'll be a disadvantage. Wow. I'm glad it's at advantage. I'm really glad it's at advantage. Malleus only rolls 20s or 1s. That's the thing. I don't understand it. That's natural 20. Okay. Is 60, 10 times 15, 4, 7, 35. 45 times 2 is 90. It is immune to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. However, Zane, you do sense every time he shoots this, you do sense a spark of magic coming out of his gun. As you know your dad does with firearms. And that also it would add fire damage to it, but Tarask is immune to that. So that's 90 points of magical piercing damage. And he's gonna lift it up, bonus action, reload. And he'll like flip the gun around and aim down the sights to see if he can see Leon running away. Realize he only sees golden feathers or golden wings. Nah. And he'll flip it around and boom, shoot the Tarask again. That's a fail. Tarask's armor's too good. He shoots the Tarask, but its armor deflects the bullet and ricochets it off. And then he'll look at you, Zane, and say, I think it might be a good time to leave. And he's gonna just start walking this way. Zane, as your ears are ringing, what would you like to do?
Mop. Mop. Full action sprint that way.
He bops his dad's ears as he goes by.
We're all here fighting our fathers, but not actually fighting. We're just fighting to hit more.
This is quality time with Dad for me.
Oh. I forgot you like your parents.
They're nice people.
Anyways, it's the Tarask's turn now. It can make a charisma saving. Is it at the end of its turn? Let's first make a charisma saving throw. Teleport or interplanar travel to leave the... Oh no, it's just locked down. It's just fucking locked down for an hour. There's no trying to break out of a force cage. Holy shit. Can a Tarask teleport? No, they absolutely cannot. Okay. Well...
Zach, I'd like to point out that you're the one who had a character do that too. So you did that to yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I know. It's rough playing characters that are trying to prevent you guys from dying, and rough playing characters that are trying to kill you at the same time. Okay. Yeah, it can't do anything. So it's just, yeah. And it's also incapacitated because of fucking Psychic Lance.
Good job, team.
It's Leon's turn. He's gonna keep sprinting. Ori. You've seen all your friends, most of your friends, other than Aiko and Arval, rush into this chamber.
I haven't been in there yet, but
Oh yeah, well yeah.
I'm very clear. I'm very clearly making my way to do that.
Yeah.
What is everyone heading back over here?
No, everyone is this is a long corridor. So the door opens and there's just a long forested corridor that stretches as far as the eye can see into the darkness through these doors. And that's everybody who's just kind of sprinting. Or starting to make their way this way. Leon's forever. You can't see Leon. You can hardly see the glow of the golden wings of the king, and you can't really see anything else past that. Roll 20s.
Yeah, mine's acting up a little bit. Has this battle arm moved?
No. From where it was summoned, it couldn't move because of its turn. That's why I gave it pre-action movement, so that way I was able to get to here.
Well, I see the Tarrasque.
Yes, it is actively being restrained by some sort of magical force.
I'm gonna hold an action.
Okay.
Tarrasque comes over here. In my range, I will hit it.
Okay, I will remind you that this is all double difficult terrain because of plant growth.
Yeah, we might just want to turn and burn.
Right here, even right here.
It's
Because,
everything past Lura right here.
I got to here and then I just misty stepped.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's everything past Lura right here. So technically, you are in difficult terrain, double difficult terrain there.
Okay, well, that's where my movement stops anyway.
Okay. Alrighty. If that's where you want to end that, okay. King Dryas is going to continue running. Onyx will step forward again. Well, actually, he will divert his attention over to the Balor now, and realize that maybe Almec might need a little help. So he's gonna step over here, kind of shimmy past Aragon, and he's gonna go ahead and cast. Well, actually, was he holding? No, he's holding Sunbeam. That's right. No, Almec. Sorry, Onyx is holding Sunbeam. What am I talking about? I will say that though, he can curve his Sunbeam around, but it's you do feel a bit of a scorch as you misty step right there. By the way, Ori.
Oh.
There's a sorry, I guess I should have drawn it. There's a beam of fucking magical power, just focused on the Tarrasque because of sunbeam.
Okay.
So instead of going that way, he's not gonna do that. Yeah, I drew it, so I forgot it. Yeah, he's just gonna hold on to it, so it's just gonna do more damage. Okay. So holding on it, it's just another 24 points. Whoa. Go. Okay. Elka, it's your turn.
She just said in the chat that she would be right back.
I'm assuming she's just continuing to run, but we'll skip her turn.
Probably a safe bet.
Yeah, but we'll skip her turn and just ask Elka when she gets back. Okay. Okay, Esper is going to now use her full turn to start running.
Sorry, I'm back. I had to take my meds.
Oh, you're good. Is Elka just going to continue sprinting after?
Yes.
For her turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Just want to double check. It's now Sebastian's turn. He will, knowing that Force Cage is up, he will point his attention to the Balor. And he's going to... Yeah, for shits and giggles, he's going to cast Polymorph. Christmas saving throw for the Balor. That's really annoying. Okay. Why do I keep hurting myself? You will see this Balor shrink down into nothing but a chicken. As soon as I can get a token, I'll grab it. Is it hen, maybe? Is that what it is? No, rooster, perhaps?
Maybe cock.
Yep, cock.
Yeah, we're just gonna fucking... I'm gonna shrink it down for now. But this is a chicken. Okay. He's holding concentration on that. Thaddeus, you just want to keep running?
Yep.
Okay. So you keep sprinting down the long forested corridor, just peering through the darkness with your dark vision. Arval, what would you like to do?
Alright, let me take a look. Did anyone get hit while I was like gone for a little bit?
No. Everyone's
No?
sprinting
Okay.
after Leon down a long forested corridor.
Most of us are.
I'd say most of them are sprinting down. Ori decided to step up and help fight the Tarrasque if it breaks free. Which I will say, for your sake, Nate, Force Cage can only be broken if something has the ability to teleport out of it.
Ori doesn't know that.
That's true. Aren't wrong. I just wanted to let you know.
All right, then.
I didn't know
And
that.
how far would you say Leon is from me right now?
300 to 400 feet.
That's pretty damn far.
Yes.
I guess I'll use my turn to just run after him.
Okay. Sorry. I guess I will use this as my chicken. It's definitely not a chicken, but it's gonna have to do. Anyways, it's a lot smaller than that too. But it won't let me make the token smaller. Damn it. Okay. All right. So using your full turn, you're sprinting after Elmic. Elmic is going to stop and realize once the Balor is now a chicken. All of you fucking spellcasting types. It's not how magic should be used. And he'll kind of sulk off and point his attention on the Tarask. Laura will honestly just start wailing on the Tarask. She will go ahead and cast. What seems like fun?
Did we miss Aiko? He has a
Oh yeah, he has a
icon in the initiative order.
He's not in the initiative for some reason. Okay, yeah, before Laura does her thing. I wonder why you rolled initiative. Why weren't you in the initiative order? Let me.
I don't know, maybe it was just dumb because it was up from earlier.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. Sorry. What does Aiko want to do?
I have no clue. I've been sitting here trying to figure that out.
Okay. Well, your options are pretty simple. You just watched, which I guess, would that have happened after the fact? It would have happened after the fact. So, actively, there is a... We'll say you took your time trying to decide before your initiative turn. For the sake of me not seeing your initiative. Okay, so you see there's a chicken. A Beller's just got turned into a chicken. A Tarask that's completely held down by a force cage. And a bunch of your friends starting to run through these magical doors over here. Into darkness.
I guess follow them.
Okay. Alright, so using your full action, or your full turn worth of action, 5 times your movement, let's say Aragon's movement speed, you join them. Okay. Now back to Lura's turn. Lura is going to go ahead and cast with her last 9th level spell. Is that concentration? No, it's not. Wow. Maybe not 9th level. That seems... She's actually going to hold that. 8th level, though. She does have that spell slot left. Just to really layer it on, she's going to cast Sunburst. So it fails its Constitution saving throw. Can it make saves? Okay, it can't make saves. Just does a disadvantage. That's a 11 and a 3 plus. I'd imagine a Tarask's Constitution is probably kind of immense, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 30 Constitution. Holy shit. So that's a
advantage though.
Plus 10. Yeah, actually, it fails. Barely, but it fails with that. So that's a 12. Let's see here. 12d6 radiant damage, and on a fail, the creature's blinded for 1 minute. So just really stacking on. This poor fucking Tarask just got born into the world magically above board. And it just immediately just gets restrained, blinded, incapacitated via a brain spell. And it's just getting blasted by a bunch of spells. That thing is just, yeah. That's fun. This is why I go to therapy. 46 points of radiant damage for that sunburst, which I feel like is kind of low.
It's about average.
Yeah, it's average. There's 3 6s in there.
A little bit above, I think.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Alright, so that's Laura's turn. Poop. Vivra, what do you want to do?
So I have seen, obviously, I've obviously seen Arval run fast. I know he is fast.
Mm.
Would I have a pretty good idea of what his speed is in general?
I would say... I'm
trying to figure out if I'll cover that in a second.
Gotcha. I would say just a perception check. 22. Yeah, I would say you'd probably have the gauge that he runs. Austin, how fast does he run? 40. Right.
Pretty sure.
Because
he runs 30.
Feline agility is
right. Feline agility. Yep, it's 40 then.
Yep. You would gauge that he's running at about 40 feet per turn. So,
granted, I used a full turn, so
yeah.
200.
He's fucking booking it.
Okay, so he is currently booking it, but his normal walking speed is 40. You said?
Yeah.
Okay. Then this would still be faster. So I'm going to go ahead and wild shape into a warhorse.
Oh shit, okay.
And book it down that hallway as quick as I can until I catch up with Beep or Arval, because it'll take me, I won't be able to do it this turn, but I will next turn because I'll use the full turn thing to move.
Okay.
300 feet a turn.
Sounds good. Okay, so you start running down that hallway. The Balor, it's a chicken. It can move 15 feet. And it's real angry at the person who cast probably morph on it. But yeah, it's its turn. Malleus is going to run to keep up with Zane. And are you gonna keep running, Zane?
Yep.
Okay.
By the way, my movement speed, because of my stuff, is probably higher than his, so he's having trouble keeping up. 45 feet a turn, baby. At base.
Oh, that's cute. But his is 60. Anyways.
Jesus Christ, alright.
You don't know what you just because he does some artificer shit doesn't mean he's just an artificer.
It's true.
Trask's turn. See if it's not blind anymore. It's still blind. It's its turn. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you beat a Trask. Throw it in a force gauge. Jesus. All right, Leon will at this point will start to slow down and come to a chamber. But he will use the rest of his turn to make it there and stop. Ori, what do you want to do? Still holding an action, or do you want to try to march forward? You could, in theory, walk a step up onto these shrubs. It would only be difficult terrain, not double difficult terrain. If you wanted to do that.
Oh, my roll 20's acting up again.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there it goes.
So if you wanted to, if you wanted to go slightly faster, you could choose to be in the plant growth or in the plants that aren't thorny and magically produced, which would give you difficult terrain. So it's just half your movement speed instead of a quarter.
I'm actually going to. I'm gonna back up.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think here's good. I'm gonna stay put.
Okay. All right. Are you gonna hold an action just in case something weird happens? Okay.
I'm gonna continue to hold an action.
Okay. All right. It's the king's turn. He's gonna use the rest of his action to just bear. He's not quite caught up to Leon, but he's basically there. He's within view sight of his son. Onyx is going to. He's just gonna hit it with a Crown of Stars. Is what he's gonna hit it with. So, Ori, for your sake, you'll see multiple shining lights form above the head of this Tarask. And one fell swoop. How many is it? I hear clanking of a plate, by the way.
That's me.
Okay. Target takes. I just want to see how many times I have to roll because I can't remember if this is a multiple attack. 7. Gotcha. Okay, so he'll cast it. It lasts for an hour. And you can use an action and a bonus action to send a mote down. So he'll go ahead and use a bonus action to send one down. And you'll see basically what looks to be a falling beam of light hit into the Tarask. Let's say 27 to hit, so it just barely hits. Takes 4d12 radiant damage. Alright. And that's the end of Onyx's turn as 6 more motes float above his head. Is Aiko continuing his sprint to catch up? Or I guess technically Aragon's low, just above the ground, flying to catch up? Okay. Alrighty. Elka, you are... You have now caught up to the king as he's starting to slow his pace, and in front of you, you see a pond that the familiar figure of Leon is now standing above, looking down in, not paying you guys any attention. But you're about, I'd say at this point, you're about 150 feet away from him, as you're still now jogging to slowly stop to where you're within shouting distance of him. Anything you want to do once you get into the shouting distance, or?
I mean, I just want to catch up to the king and make sure that he's not putting himself in danger.
Okay.
So if I can catch up to the king and then like stand in front of him, despite the fact that he is also taller than me.
Okay.
And I'll just stand my ground.
Alrighty. Esper's gonna still be running. Sebastian is keeping concentration on the Balor. He will, however, walk this way, and he'll cast Magic Missile at 6th level. So it's 3, 4. Why? Roll 20 is struggling tonight. I wonder if they're having weird, like, Cloudflare issues, because I know they're hosted on Cloudflare.
I mean, I haven't seen anything, but
It's
I'm also
been
not DMing at the moment, so.
Yeah, it's been really slow. Okay. Just trying to pull up like spell descriptions and stuff like that has been rough. So it's 8d4. Okay. Eight d4 plus 8. 26 points of force damage. Okay. Thaddeus, you, with your speed, you are now running close enough to where you can where you can see the king's golden wings glowing in the darkness, and you do see bioluminescence starting to light up this long chamber about 80 to 100 feet or so in front of them. You are, with your sprint, you just barely get within about 10 feet of both Elka and the king at the end of your turn. And you do see Leon standing there, not paying attention to any of you.
I'm just gonna say, is everybody okay? And do we know what he's doing?
I'm gonna like jump a little because I didn't see you coming.
Sorry.
The king will look over.
I think we're fine
Thaddeus.
for now.
Maybe.
What is this place?
What is he doing?
This is a place I hope no child of Fey ancestry ever has to see again. And he will look forward towards his son. Arval, you are sprinting, and you hear obsessive galloping starting to creep up behind you.
I was just gonna turn and be like, "The hell? When you gonna hold?" Oh,
there is a warhorse with a turban behind you.
I'd be like,
That's a great image right there. Oh my god.
Should have made it a camel.
"Vivra, why the long face?" How far are we now?
You guys started sprinting. I'm sorry. You started sprinting late. So you could see off in the distance just a small gold glowing set of wings. You're probably about 400 to 500 feet away.
I guess I'll continue sprinting with all my might. Actually, wait. How close am I to Vivra, and how fast is the warhorse?
How fast is the warhorse? Just as a idea.
60-foot base.
Oh yeah, you would have caught up to him then by the end of his turn.
Can I climb on?
That's kind of what I was going for.
Then let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you won't be using your full turn, but on Reaver's turn and after Elmic and Lura do their thing on the outside, then yeah, by all means.
Would it take a full turn to mount a horse?
No, it'll take an action. No, bonus action. I think a mount is bonus action.
I think that's correct.
I think that's correct. Mounting is a bonus action. Yep.
Okay, a bonus action.
So you do have an action if you want to maybe cast a spell of some sort to heal yourself, maybe. I will say, Weaver won't benefit because he's wild shaped.
Yeah. Wait. Wait a minute. I have an idea.
Okay.
Dimension door.
That would do it. Yeah, you'd be right next to him.
Alright, well, it's 200. I think
500
No, it's
feet. 500 feet.
500 feet. Yeah.
You'd be able to get right there. Yep. If you want, we can make it so Weaver's doing his turn at the same time. We'll just skip over it when we get there, if that's easier for you guys in your brains.
Yeah.
You're relatively close in initiative anyways.
If only if I had a brain.
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing was catch up and get whoever is the furthest back, which I believe at the time and now is still Arval.
Yeah.
Basically get us there as fast as possible with the least expenditure of resources possible.
Yeah, I will say, for the sake
How far
of...
is the rest of the group from him, by the way?
About 400 feet.
About 400?
400 feet to where Leon is, and the king, Thaddeus and Elka. The queen is somewhere in between you and the king, and same goes for Zane and his dad.
All right. So I'm gonna ask wait. When you're wild shaped, I know this is a stupid question. They can still talk, right?
I cannot talk.
He can understand you, though.
But I can understand you. Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
Libra. Give me a nay if you want to dimension door in front of him.
Yeah.
Or two nays if you want to go with the rest of the group.
Can we tell, like, I'm not sure that I'm picturing the scene correctly. Is Leon stopped or is Leon still running? Is there more hallway ahead of?
He's stopped at what looks to be a pond. Although you, from where you guys are at, you cannot see him. To be completely clear, all you see is that the king's wings have stopped. They're no longer moving like one would when they're running.
Okay, then I will neigh twice and
Alright,
shake
then-
my head.
All right, then we will go with the group and dimension door right in.
Okay. I think at this point, I will go ahead and say, let's see here. Before we switch over to the other map, Elmic is going to go ahead and I'm just gonna say there. Elmic's going to do a running jump, bunny hop. Boing. Lands right here. Bunny hop again. Boing. And he's going to attack. That's a crit. Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright, that's a... Fuck. That's 81 points of damage to the Tarrasque. Action Surge, because he can do that again. Yeah, that's real good. First hit, 41. Oh. It's 314. Yep. Extra attack. And that's a hit. Minus 33 points of damage on that one, and that's his turn. Lura will... I think Luro is going to cast. Yeah, she'll cast Blight. Let's say it's 7th level. She'll have 7th level spell. That is a con save. Plus 10. Disadvantage. I just rolled a 2 and a 3. That's great. For the Taras, that's 12. Slash roll. 1d8. Okay. 54 points of necrotic damage. For the Tarask. Okay, we went through Weaver's turn. The Balor is a chicken. It's going to wander 15 feet. Malleus and Zane, you're still running?
Yep.
Okay.
Catch up to everybody.
At this point, you hear, you start to hear galloping and then a whooshing sound and a door shutting. And you look behind you, and you don't hear anybody behind you now. Okay, so at this point, you are starting to get into close enough for it. You're about 200 feet off now. You could hear pitter-pattering running in front of you. You would assume it's probably the queen. Tarask's turn. It has no turn. Roll for no more blinding. That's a fucking natural 1. This poor thing. Okay, it's now Leon's turn. Switching maps. All of you find yourself. Well, you see Leon face to face with this pool of water.
Are we on the top or the bottom?
The bottom.
Boop.
You guys are more or less farther. You're farther back than the squares will allow, but he's standing on the edge, looking down. He will. You'll hear him audibly say, "Huh. I guess it's as beautiful as they said it would be. It's a shame he'll have to be destroyed." I see I have followers. Well, good. You're here for the show. You're going to see the king pull out from under, or not the king, Leon, pull out from underneath his cloak what looks to be a small hellhound puppy. Well, I suppose you'll do as a good experiment. He will drop. He will dispel the true polymorph. Or sorry, the polymorph. He will dispel the polymorph. And sitting in front of you is Alan's father. He's unconscious. Leon's holding him up by his neck and turns around and looks right at his dad. Just remember, father, you and your fathers are the ones who caused this. As he throws Alan's father. I'm blanking on his name because I don't have his token. There I have it. Just gotta go on to one of my...
You're really taking me out of the immersion.
Alwyn. Alwyn. He'll take him and throw him into the pond. And immediately the king goes, no. As Alwyn's body hits the pond, you immediately smell a rush of sulfur start to burn into his body. A burning flesh smell then follows after as Alwyn's body is slowly consumed by this water. For it is not water that he is being consumed by. For those of you that have dealt with being swallowed by a creature before, this smells very similar. You would guess that this water-looking substance is not water, but it is stomach acid. As he throws Alwyn in there, his lifeless body is consumed by this pond. His soul, you see, starts to try to fight out of the water as he is a long-lived druid. And unfortunately for him, his soul is simply not powerful enough to fight the ever-living hunger of an elder Kintari.
Wrong button. Don't mind me.
Leon will then nod.
Is Leon just standing on the rocks?
He's kind of hovering there.
Would I be able to like run and jump and like try and grapple him into?
Well, seeing as you're not actually
pool?
30 feet away, you're about 100 feet away. Like I said,
Oh.
so you're and at that point, the king will begin to start wanting to make his move, but Leon will stop. Well, that's an interesting thing. Huh. It seems I have more nourishment for our great dear Elder One. But first, as he pulls a bag off of his side, I believe, even though the full dragon escaped from my grasp, a portion of it will probably do. As he turns over a bag of holding, and out falls, ironically, a goldfish. The goldfish then
Seen this one before.
warps and folds and pops open as a smaller blue dragon is now no longer polymorphed. And standing in front of you is a fraction of Uldragos, the Blue Nightmare. Leon will look at Uldragos and say, "Oh, your dragon form is suitable for being digested, but maybe your human form would be better. Go ahead. Shift, why don't you? Make it easier for me." And that will be his turn. Back to Ori. You are outside still.
Can I offer some above board commentary?
Sure.
How come everyone we meet is like evil? Why is everyone so mean?
I'd say probably 90% of my NPCs have done nothing but help you, actually.
I don't know about that. They might turn around and
I'm
try to kill their dad.
I'm staring at a majority of the NPCs that are actively fighting with you.
I don't know. They might turn their back on us.
They
I
might
think
be
it's
evil.
PTSD from Leon.
So
Anyways.
the man that killed a little kid's family in front of him.
I honestly thought for a minute that Leon was going like the Leon we have right now would polymorph, or like would polymorph whatever it had into another Leon.
It's a Leonception. Anyways, Ori, what do you want to do on your turn?
The secret long lost twin.
He had a twin. He died.
Yeah, we killed him.
Another twin.
I think I'm just gonna go back to the rest of the group at this point.
Okay. So here you're just full blown sprinting.
Yeah, I'm gonna move back here.
Okay. So you're running at a I believe your movement speed on all fours is 40 if I remember correctly.
I don't.
Maybe
Can
it's
I do
just
that?
yeah. You're.
I mean, oh wait, can I run on all fours in hybrid?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean, I make it back there. Way.
So 200 feet of motion.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm over here now.
Okay. Back to the king. I'm gonna say at this point the king will look at Leon and say, "What have you become? The little boy that I raised is not you." And he will turn around. "But father, you're the one that tried to sacrifice us to this thing. You're the one that successfully sacrificed us to this thing. I just happen to have a tough enough spirit to make it out. Now, not only you and all of my friends are going to pay, but all of Arun." And the king will rush forward, and at this point he will be where he's at here, and he will say, "If you will not stop, then I will be forced to kill you again." And that will be the king's turn because he uses action to dash. Onyx keeps attacking the Tarask outside. I'll just roll damage for that later. Echo, you at this point you are flying through the air. You have actually, because it is movement speed of the dragon's 80. Yeah, so you would have like just flown over the warhorse as they fucking teleported out of there. Zane and Malleus, you hear wing flapping above your head as he soars above you. And you do end up landing just slightly. I'd say you're about I don't know, you're about a good 50 to 40 feet back now of where you landed. Because that's 400 feet of movement each time. But that is your action. Elka, you are now within about 100 feet of Leon. What would you like to do?
Is dash dash is a full action, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then I don't think there's any way for me to get close enough to him without wasting my action. So if I dash, that would be 60, and then I can hop another 25.
So you could literally land right next to the king.
Okay.
No, wait, hold on. 60, 30. Yeah, right next to the king. Right? No, you would be 10 feet in front. That's where you would land with your bunny hop. Yeah.
Actually, I am going to use my action surge.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and run and jump and tackle and grab Leon and like go into the pool.
Okay. You're going to try to force him into the pool with yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. This is going to be effectively a grapple. So I'm gonna need you to make an athletics check, and Leon will have to make either an acrobatics or athletics check.
I rolled a 19.
19. In this state, Leon's athletics is actually higher.
Would I be allowed to roll acrobatics instead because it's higher? My
No,
acrobatics is
no,
higher?
because you're
Okay.
you're trying to push it's an athletics. If you were
Okay.
yeah, his currently his athletics is +4. I rolled a 16 on the dice, so that's a dirty 20. As you go to tackle him, you just kind of hit him as he braces himself, and he just looks down at you. You ignorant child.
So I'm just kind of grabbing him.
Yeah, you kind of grab him, and then you just kind of slide down to the ground. You're not prone, you're kind of like on your knee. So you just kind of fall down at his feet. Yeah, unfortunately. The dice tell the story.
Okay.
Bunny hop up into his ball sack.
You are close to that now.
All right. Can I rabbit hop and just try and headbutt him?
I will say for effect, sure, but it won't do any damage.
That's fine.
Sure, go roll.
What would you like?
Roll a d20 for me and add
Just a
your
d20.
add your acrobatics modifier.
Oh, okay.
Or not your acrobatics. We'll say yeah, acrobatics is fine. Why not?
All right. That would be a lab-grown 20.
Okay. His AC is it's here. It's actually an 18. So you do headbutt him, and he kind of like looks at. As you go to headbutt him, his eyes are just staring daggers at you as you do it, and just looks you dead in your eyes as you jump down and land on your feet right next to him.
What are you, a fucking eunuch?
Doing no damage to him.
He's wearing a cup. This is not allowed.
Were you trying to headbutt his nuts?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said you were trying to headbutt him in the face. Oh, well, no.
No. His junk.
Oh. Well, yeah. I will say, I thought you said you were gonna headbutt his head. Sorry, I misheard. I'm gonna drag that token on. So when you go to headbutt him in the nuts, nothing's there.
He's a Ken.
No, he's undead. Anyways,
Same thing.
Oh, wait, hold on.
You lose your junk when you're undead?
I have questions.
Yeah, rigor mortis.
Did
And,
it just get fall off? Did he run into the corner of a wall and is like, ah, shit, my dick?
You don't know what his life's like.
I mean, it would explain why he's so angry.
Yeah, you're not wrong. All right. Well, anyways, so you're just standing right next to him, looking up at him, next to the pool.
Okay.
Okay. Esper's turn. She will catch up and run and stop right here, and she'll kind of trying to catch her breath, and will stare forward at you facing down, Leon, and she can't get any words out because she is actually. Fuck. She looks abnormally exhausted. I will say that. But she doesn't look very good. Sebastian's turn we'll skip over. Thaddeus, you are invisible about 100 feet away. Queen just ran past you, not paying you any mind.
Okay. I'm going to advance forward my full distance that I can advance forward, and then I'm going to try to shoot him with my bow.
Okay.
Let's see here. Where is it? And this is my magic bow. Whoops. Why did I have advantage on? Can I re-roll?
No. You just take your first roll.
Okay. 17.
Beep is right here. Okay. 17 just misses in this state.
Peachy.
Okay. The arrow, I will say, the arrow it actually makes purchase with his body, but you hit him in the chest and it just goes straight through as his rib cage is now fully showing and does no damage to him. Beep, on your turn, you step through a dimension door riding a warhorse that is Vivra. Which I believe I actually... There you go. Don't have a warhorse wearing a turban, but I got the token for it. There you go.
Excellent.
Yeah. I'll put you over there.
I'll go sit in the corner.
So just warhorse steps through with a fucking a cat man standing sitting atop with a kazoo in his hand. What would you like to do? Austin.
Let me take. Let's see. This is probably not going to work, but it worked the first time against the creature. Maybe it'll work again. I'll do Psychic Lance at yeah, I'll do it at 3rd level.
Okay. What's it's intelligence save?
Yep.
Okay. His intelligence save is this one plus 16. So he what's spell save DC?
18.
Okay, he has to roll 2 or better.
Oh shit. Okay.
So
Yeah, okay.
rolled like shit, but still, yeah, he succeeds. But he does take take half damage. So that's still a thing.
Roll 8, 11.
11 points of damage. Okay.
And then I'll do who's next up on the turn order? Because the turn order isn't loading for me.
Yeah,
It's
Zach,
Vivra.
because we're on a different map.
Gotcha.
We don't have the turn order anymore.
Understood. It would be Vivra. Who's next? Who's currently a warhorse?
Vivra still has the Bark Inspiration, though, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. Then I'll give it to.
Next in the turn order would be Zane, but he's too far away.
I'll give it to Thaddeus.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I'll just keep my happy ass next to my warhorse.
Okay. Vivra, you are a warhorse. What would you like to do?
That is a darn good question. How about are we 20 feet away? AKA, could I move 20 feet straight toward a creature and then hit it with a hoof attack on the same turn?
Technically, you would have to. You're 25 feet away. But you know what? You know the
it's
dimension.
It's at least 20.
I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna say the dimension door. You could probably be put wherever the hell you want on this map.
Wait, why don't you buck him? Buck him into the water, into the stomach acid. I mean.
I mean, that's kind of what I was gonna have tried to do.
Yeah.
So I will say Elka is in your way.
Yeah, that's true. I probably couldn't.
Can you do it diagonally?
I have to move at least. Oh yeah, because I
Can
can
you do it over my head? I am kind of short, and you're a warhorse, which is tall.
Warhorses are 10 feet tall. That is true.
I mean,
you could try to buck him with try to knock him back into it. We could, if it hits, we could maybe do like a strength saving throw to see if he can resist being knocked back.
I mean, that's
just
kind
as an idea.
Yeah, my whole thing is there's the warhorse has trampling charge. If the horse moves at least 20 feet straight toward a creature and then hits it with an attack on the same turn, the target must succeed a DC 14 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. And then I could potentially stomp on it again. But if I can't do that, you know what? Is transforming back. Okay, so I will go ahead and just use my bonus action to revert to my normal form.
Okay.
I feel like I'm going to be a lot more useful as a boom, and then I will there's nothing to be seen of Alan's father, correct?
Yes, yeah. You popped up in the dimension door as his body was being tossed in, and you're kind of looking over there, and he hasn't surfaced. That's for sure.
Okay. Then that rules out those next two thoughts. Then. Oh, that might be fun. Oh shit, that's a bonus. Fuck. Action economy. So much for that idea. Taking a look at the fraction of Uldragos, does it look like he is going to jump or?
It looks very much in a daze.
Okay.
Like it's just staring aimlessly down at this pond.
And I'm gonna thorn whip him and drag him back 10 feet towards me.
Double check what his AC is. That should work on him, but I will. Yes, that does work. Okay, thorn whip him. He's considered a large creature, so yeah, the creature is large or smaller. Okay, so how far do you pull him?
10 feet.
1, 2. Okay, towards you.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that that little bit of pain
shocks him.
Shocks him out of it.
Yeah, 9 piercing. Okay. Well, people will see. It does not. Like he's still
the bad guy.
This is a fraction of Uldragos, the great blue worm that you guys captured. That, if you remember correctly, on the outside was actually helping you fight the fight.
Yeah.
His full body.
I could attack him at opportunity when he goes by to poke him.
He hasn't. Not on forced movement.
Not on forced movement.
Even if it did leave, yeah.
Yeah. No, if he breaks the thorn whip and starts wandering away, then yeah. Well, actually, no, thorn whip doesn't persist.
Yeah, it doesn't persist. No.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay. Malleus.
Actually, wait. Second thought. I am gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay. Malleus and Zane, because you both are kind of pretty much right next to each other. You both arrive next to the queen on this turn for your full sprint.
Okay.
What you see in front of you is Elka facing down, or facing up, I should say. Leon, who is currently staring her down, just floating above her, paying almost no mind to anybody else in the room. His eyes are just directly on her. And Malleus, as he runs up, he's like, what the fuck? What? Oh, shit. And that's... And Malleus will roll perception check. You do me a favor and roll perception check, actually, Zane.
Oh, that's horrible for me. I hate that. Yeah, it's a 6.
Okay, yeah, you're too tired to too busy catching your breath. Malleus, however, rolled pretty high. He will immediately glance over at the queen, who is pale-faced and looks like she's about to pass out. But anyways, that's your turn. It's now top of the order, Leon's turn. Leon will take a nice, deep, undead breath and look down at you, Elka. Well, if you are, if you offering to throw yourself in as tribute, you could have just said so, my dear, as he will cast Dominate Person on you.
I'm gonna glare at him and tell him that I'm only going in there if he's going in too.
Okay. I'm going to need you.
Cutting words.
Okay. That just lowers the
saving throw.
Yeah.
That's by 1d10.
Roll d10.
I roll a d10?
No, he does.
Oh.
10.
Whoa.
Okay, so does that cut the DC? Is that what...
Yes.
Okay. So I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw. The DC is 13.
Well, I rolled a 14, and then I have a 2 wisdom.
The
So
fucking clutch cutting words. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
I'm not a smart or wise person.
From a distance, he hears, "Hey, fuckface."
Anyways, fuck. Okay. Okay. So anyways, that Dominate Person, he'll go ahead and quicken that spell. So that way he's using his bonus action to cast it, and then he will look at you again. Say, tricky girl with tricky friends. And he's going to attempt to grapple you by your neck and lift you up. So roll either an acrobatics or athletics, whichever one's higher.
$18.
That's...
I rolled badly.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh, thank God.
I rolled a 13 on the die. 17. What the fuck?
Woohoo! Fuck it, bitch.
He goes down to grab you, and he just dodge out of the way, like, and he looks pissed. But that's his turn. For now. Ori, you are full-blown sprinting 200 feet at a time. You'll be here. I'm gonna say, for the sake of ease, you'll be here next turn.
Okay.
It's now the king's turn. The king will say, "You are not killing anybody else here, Leon. The only one dying is you," as he will cast Banishment on Leon. Which, Leon, that's a Christmas save, right? Yeah, charisma. That's a fail, but he is going to use a legendary resistance to succeed. The king will then fly forward, sword drawn. And his sword is like that of a... Zane, I think you might be the only person, along with Malleus, that has ever seen a blade like this. It's long. It has a short handle, but there is no large hilt. It's just a almost like a guarded hilt that goes over his hand. But the blade is long and thin and curved. But it comes to a very sharp point at the end. It looks like, for your sake, it kind of looks like a hybrid katana, rapier mixture. Some really weird, really weird, like fey elvish blade, and it's glowing a bright gold hue as he draws it. But that is his turn. Eiko, you now appear. You're just behind this line right here, so you have all your movement on this. I'll just fucking put you. You are with the group along with Aragon, so you're right here. What would you like to do?
I guess just stand there and look pretty.
Well, no, you have your full action, so.
I know. My bow do anything to him?
Yeah, it would. It's magical now.
Right. That's...
Hey, King. And wait, what is your play? Square it all.
What?
That's a 14 to hit. You rolled a 2. I was like, "What's your plus to hit?" Surely it's not that bad. I look at plus 12. I'm like, square it all.
Yeah, I suck.
No, sweetie, you just have bad luck.
Yup.
Jesus Christ.
There's the Eiko we know.
Yeah. Anyways, that misses. Don't Rangers have extra attack now?
They should.
Yeah, you can shoot again if you want.
Let's miss again.
That was not much better.
Oh my God.
That's a 2 and a 4. What the hell?
Out of curiosity, Squirtle, roll one more time.
I gotta see it. Yeah.
Don't, he's gonna roll a 20 and...
Of course.
You fucking bitch. Alright, I'm getting on Aragon and I'm going home.
Oh my God. That's great. That's fucking amazing. Okay.
How the fuck did I live this far?
That's because you haven't been here for half the campaign. That's why. He just Eiko's off doing Eiko things. He works better alone. I think we've learned.
Yes.
It's funny.
You just don't see him miss all the time.
Yeah, no, well that's the thing. Eiko has all the action economy to himself. He's by himself, it's his turn all the time. Okay. Anyways, Elka, your turn. What would you like to do? Unless you want to move. Do you want to move any, Eiko?
No.
Okay. Well, Aragon doesn't get... Actually, sorry. First, you get your bonus action to command Aragon.
Fly up and do a tail wipe on him.
You can command him to use any of his attacks. You can command him to move. To get in position.
Am I within 60 feet of him?
Yeah, yes, for sure. I think you're 30 feet. Yeah, 30 feet.
Alright, I'm gonna do lightning breath.
Okay, I will remind you that you do have Thaddeus, a blue dragon that you can tell is friendly to you, the king, Elka, all in his breath range. Also, Beep.
Hello.
So, wait, actually, no, Aragon has his own. He moves on on your turn. Actually, that's right. I changed Ranger bullshit because Ranger bullshit is Ranger bullshit. Yeah, it's stupid. Beastmaster is such a useless fucking. Oh, why is he like that? So, yeah,
Okay.
he can move, and then that's where he could move. He has 40 feet of movement, so he could be in the air, which he is still technically in the air, with you on his back. If you want, you can float above the pond and hit him. And
yeah, let's do that.
I will say, reminder: pond is deadly, very deadly. But you were flying above it, so I'll allow that. Which is that's as far as you can go
there
there.
are clearly fish in it.
Yeah. Figure out why there's fish in it.
Can I do a nature check? Figure out why there's fish in it.
Sure. Roll while Squirtle's doing this. So if you wanted to use if you want to use a breath, the problem with breath attacks is that they're a cone, right? So are they cones? Or are they straight lines
Not
now?
necessarily.
60-foot line that is up to 60-foot line, 5 feet wide.
Okay, so that would hit. Hold on, you were right here, right? He was right here. Let me do the measuring. Oh no, you have plenty of movement. Yeah, you can make it work. If you go right here and shoot it, you would just hit him in this straight line, and you wouldn't hit anybody. Yeah. Okay, it's dex save. DC 16 dex save. That's a failure, actually. So he takes 10d10 lightning damage. Half because of resistance, but
it says 55. Taking 55.
yeah, it's it's 10d10 is the actual roll. 55 is the average.
Okay, so I need to roll
10d10. So do /roll space 10d10. $44 points of damage, halved, because he's resistant to lightning. But as a good blast of energy, it hits him, and he immediately turns around like, where did you come from? And that will be... that's all your movement and action economy, so... It's Alka's turn. You just watched Leon get blasted by a lightning breath. What would you like to do?
I would like to dragon breath on him.
Okay. What's the distance on that? Well, actually, it doesn't matter.
It's a 15-foot cone.
Okay, it's fine. Aragon's in the air, so you're good.
It'd be a dexterity. Say again?
No, Zach, don't forget about nature check.
I know. 14, 17. You'd have to really do some studying as to why they exist there, along with the flora and fauna.
Darn.
Sorry. If you rolled a nat 20, I'd give it to you. You're also mid-combat, so.
That's fair.
So,
I don't want to know why they're there.
If you survive this combat, you can figure it out.
Is the answer that DM Zach forgot that fish shouldn't be in stomach acid?
No, actually not. There's a legitimate reason for
They're
it.
probably magic.
They're not actually fish.
Are there like shadows of bodies below? 'Cause I see some bodies in those squares.
I'd say you'd have to get closer to really look. But it's not your turn. What does Elka want to do?
For the bodies. Anyway.
Look at the bodies.
I'm gonna do the dragon's breath with fire damage.
Okay.
So it's a dex saving throw.
Ooh, that's
for you.
I kick off. That's an 8.
Cool. I need to roll 3d6. Okay, I can't find my... I'm not digging through that. We're just going to do it here. What? Oh my god, I rolled a fucking 4.
For damage. Oh. It's for fire as well.
Yeah.
2 1s and a 2.
That's rough. That's halved, so it's 2. That sucks.
Well, that's just how mad I am.
You just
Welcome to the party.
My barf some flame at him.
Fair enough. Ooh, okay.
I'll stay where I am, though.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Esper's turn, the queen. The queen will look pale. Will look pale at close glance, Zane and Malleus. As you stand up beside her, you feel cold exuding from her body. You see her eyes start to sag a little bit, as if hasn't slept in days. She is breathing heavily, and she kind of looks at both of you and says, I'm fine. Just need to catch. As she says catch, her body collapses. She has 5 points of exhaustion. For above board. She collapses to the ground. Unconscious. Not dead, but unconscious. And she effectively just falls straight into your arms, Zane.
I will catch her.
As she hits your arms and your armor, she'll kind of come to again. I'm awake. Sorry. Thanks for catching me. I'm fine. And she'll kind of like use your chest plate to like push herself up, but try to be on her feet, and she kind of falls down to her knees. I guess maybe I shouldn't have gone as hard as I did. Unfortunate circumstances. You don't happen to know any healers, do you? As she kind of like sits back and she can't move anymore. That's her turn. Thaddeus, you are currently standing next to a dazed and confused blue dragon that doesn't seem to be aggroed to you whatsoever.
Okay, I'm going to scoot around him and come to here.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack this little bitch.
Okay, roll and attack. You do not have sneak attack because you are not flanking and he can see you.
But he does because there's an ally within 5 feet.
I thought it was flanking. Oh, is an ally within 5 feet for rogue? Okay.
Ally within 5 feet. It's not advantage or anything, but it's
Oh,
if
okay.
he hits, he gets the sneak attack. Yeah.
Thank you for telling me that. I'm glad. For some reason, I thought it was only if he had advantage, but okay. 21 hits. So roll your damage plus sneak attack.
There's damage. There's sneak attack.
There you go. That's not bad.
I have poison, but I don't think it works.
You've tried stabbing him already, and you knew. Yeah, he poison didn't work on him. So that's 35 points of damage. Very nice. You stab him, and he just looks at you and grits his teeth. Pathetic. As he spits a little black ichor out of his mouth. Okay. Arval, Unless, well, you actually you don't have a bonus action to use. Okay. Arval.
Right. Anyone around me look like they need healing?
He hasn't done any damage really at all since you made it to this
Yeah.
chamber.
I'm still about half health since I ran out before the heals.
Elka looks
went off.
pretty rough, actually. Yeah.
All right, we will do mass cure wounds.
Okay. At what level? Just 5?
5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to roll your dice and choose who gets what. Remember, in this campaign, you can stack them.
Well, I'll give at least one to Elka. Who else is really needs it in the party?
HP wise, looking bloodied or anything, honestly, no one. Weaver looks a little hurt. Alka still looks pretty bad off, even after you heal her a little bit. Malleus is looking a little injured. But everybody else, the king is also looking really injured, actually.
Alright, let's do 2 for the king.
Okay.
2 for Elka. And who in our party was hurt?
Weaver's slightly injured.
I'm a little dinged up, but
yeah.
Yeah, we'll do
14 will certainly help. What was that, Nate?
We can do
I'm
2 for
alright.
Weaver then.
Okay. Okay. 2 for Weaver, 2 for Alka, and 2 for the king, so 28 each. Okay.
Maybe you could heal Keiko's fingers so he can shoot better.
Wow. That's rude. Okay. Anything else that you want to do on your turn?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Weaver.
okay. Now we are in a weird position of 3 or 4 mixed priorities. Meeny, miny, moe. I'm going to I'm going to not be sure what I'm going to do. Yes. So I saw the queen collapse, but I see that she is not
Dead.
she's in rough shape, but she is not dead.
She's having a very
Correct.
hard time moving. Correct.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to see. I'm going to flip through my spells just to make sure that I don't have anything that might be better at this than I feel like. That might be slightly better, but no. Yeah. Fuck it. We'll go ahead and I'm gonna Thorn Whip Leon and try and pull him into the acid.
Okay, what's the save?
Nothing. It's an attack roll.
Oh shit. Okay.
24 to hit.
You know what? Shield will put him at a 23. That'll do it.
Cool, because I was about to use the bardic inspiration too.
Yeah, Leon is pulled 10 feet this way.
Yep.
Question: does a thorn whip take him out of a hover? Does it knock him to the ground?
It does not say, so no. It just pulls him 10 feet closer to me.
Okay, I will say his foot touches the water. I'll say in quotation marks. His foot will touch it, and immediately he'll pull it off, and he'll look right at you. He's still hovering above. But he's now above the pond. That was tricky. How what?
In our past dealings with him, how can I tell how strong his hover is?
Well, seeing as his hover, what you gauged was a mixture of a hover between his wings and actual magical means of flying. Pretty strong.
Pretty strong?
Yeah. Although I will say his wings are withered and black bone now, and they're smaller than they ever were. That's why I'm kind of giving you the idea that when he pulled him, it jolted him out of his. It jolted him kind of out of his hover, but it was just enough to he was just enough to capture himself above board. Concentration check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
actually,
I still think this makes sense. I am going to... Would you allow me as a free action to discard my kind of vesty overcoat?
I'd say so, yeah. For using...
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Then I will take that off and I will Misty Step right on top of him.
Oh, just on top of him?
Yep.
Shit, okay.
Maybe I can get 10 feet up above him so there's some impact to it too.
Is it Misty Step is a surrounding?
It just says 30, so.
Yeah, teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see, so how far away
just
are you?
Above him, 25 feet, so
Yeah,
I'll just go right above him.
Right above his head, yeah.
Yep.
When you land on him, your body weight pushes him down where his legs start to touch the ground, but he's still he's still floating, but his your body weight is forcing him down farther into the water as you see his legs start to slowly get wilted by this acid. He immediately looks at you with just the most intense anger, but he can't do anything because it's not his turn.
Yep.
Okay, is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay.
So I do want to move myself here.
Yeah,
I
that's fine.
guess,
At
and
the
then draw something for my.
I will say, at the end of your next, or at the beginning of your next turn, I'm going to have you make an acrobatics check to see if you stay on his shoulders.
Yep.
Okay. Malleus's turn. Malleus will immediately realize what the fuck is going on over there at the pond, and go, "Oh, that ain't good." And then he'll look over at the queen, look at Zane. Shit. And he will reaction to use or to pull out an item. So he's going to pull out an item, a pillow. And he's gonna place it he's gonna place it under the queen's head and say, "I know I'm not a shining knight in shining armor, but I'll be right back." And he will look at Zane and nod, and he's just going to full sprint run over here, and kind of looking at what's going on, seeing Aiko hovering about 20 feet above on, about 10 feet above on Aragon, and you just like fucking save a horse, ride a cowboying Leon right now. He'd be like, ooh, well, I guess if the goal is to get him in, and he's going to cast Gravity Sinkhole at his feet. I need Leon to make a dex save at disadvantage because you are, that.
Yep.
Oof. Yeah, it's a fail. Yeah, he'll have to use his legendary resistance to succeed, so it doesn't drag him. However, you do see a black bead form within the water and start to rip Leon down towards it. It's just out of range. Yeah, it's just out of range for Aragon. However, you, Vivra, are on top of him. So I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw as well. You're good. Oh, shit, you're good. Wait. Your bonus is only 2? Oh.
Oh, I know. I know that I am not being intelligent right now.
Malleus is like the Forrest Gump of this world. May not be a smart man, but I know what I'm doing. And he will cast Gravity Sinkhole, which does do a bunch of damage. Okay, yep. Damn, 51 points of force damage. And there's just a bead of gravity just ripping both you and Leon downwards, and Leon's...
Do I take that as well?
You succeed.
Okay.
Oh, wait, so it'd be half for him as well. So, yeah, so you take half of that. It'd be 26.
26.
Yep. Unfortunately, not much Malleus can do about that. And when he realizes that fails, shit. Then he will use his bonus action, and you'll see him pull out what looks to be some sort of wand. You've seen him use a wand before, but this is a different one. The wand he used before is golden lace with a blue handle. This one is silver lace with a red handle. And that's what he's using that to prepare. Zane, your turn.
Jesus. All right. I don't know if I have anything like right now. Hang on. That'd be very dangerous.
Beautiful.
And I don't want to do that because it's going to get over. Not me. Is the soul piece of like old Dragos doing anything? Zach?
Sorry, mic was muted. It is standing there being dazed and confused. And it's just looking intently at the pond.
Okay. So I'm not going to worry about that then. There's really no point in me worrying about it if it's not really doing anything. Good gracious, I don't know if I have anything I can really do to help here. 15, 20, 25. How close can I get, like, on this rock without touching the water?
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna try to dunk Leon's head under.
Okay, that'll be a grapple attempt. I'm gonna say
Yeah,
you.
it's gonna go poorly for me, but Worth a try.
Yeah, so you use your athletics check, and Leon's gonna have to do either, in this case, athletics with disadvantage because he has a fucking lizard man on his head.
Let's hope. I know what I rolled, so.
I know what I rolled because I rolled it twice.
18.
18. Roll again.
Ooh.
+5. Flash
Oh,
genius.
fuck. You. Artificers.
You.
God damn it. Okay, yeah. Leon, you go to dunk him, and he's resistant. Constitution saving throw. Yeah, he's resistant enough to where he's now waist deep now in the water, and you see his flesh starting to boil and melt away. And he is in pain, but he has hate in his eyes.
Just gonna sit there in the struggle. Why won't you fucking die?
Okay, is that your turn?
Yep.
All right, it's Leon's turn. Leon, in a frustrated look, will look directly at the dragon and smile, and then look at you. I win. Come here, old Dragos. And you'll just see the dragon starting to wander. Pushing the melons out of the way. Oh, god damn it. Magic, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Roll D20.
14.
God damn it. Okay, the dragon will just slowly walk, and its wings will smack Malleus. And he will fall prone, and his face will just barely touch the water. And a little acid pit hits his cheek. Whew. When to kill another character. Anyways, the dragon, the fraction of all Dragos, will step in, and as he steps in, the pond will turn a bright lightning blue. The lightning will start to shake and erupt out of the pond. You'll see the body of this fragment of Dragos start to be eaten by the acid. And Leon will just look and smile. Say, my job here is done. And he will willingly drop his float spell and fall into the pool with you on his back, Weaver.
Can I grab Weaver quick and pull?
Nope.
What about can I quickly
trust the process?
dimension-
Trust the process.
Yep.
Okay.
I had thoughts as well, but
Yes, just trust the process. The fragment of Dragos will fall deep into the pond. Lightning will start to shoot out, and all of you will feel a earthquake rumble over Arun. As the earth begins to quake, Vivra, your body starts to burn and sting. And you feel your blood start to boil from your toes to your shoulders. You're just waiting, you're hardly waiting above the acid. You go to move your arm to try to move forward and swim, but Leon grabs onto your leg from the depths and begins to try to pull you downwards. Make an acrobatics check. That was the DC. That was the DC. As
I was gonna say, I've also have the bardic inspiration still too.
okay, as a skeletonized hand of Leon lets go of your leg, you begin to realize that your scales are actually more resistant than you thought to this type of acid. They are boiling, and it does hurt, but you're not being absorbed nearly as much as decaying flesh is, and for some reason, not nearly as fast as the dragon. For you are not of Fey blood. And before you have an idea of understanding of why you aren't being absorbed by this acid, the dragon disappears. And you feel yourself being lifted out of the pond as everyone else feels their body lifting. Ori, you are running, and you just barely get to the entrance of this chamber as your paws leave your feet, and you feel the sensation as if the world is falling. As you begin to try to conceptualize exactly what is happening, you go to collect yourself in midair, and for Eiko, riding upon the back of a dragon, the ceiling of this chamber comes rushing at you faster than you can blink, and you are smacked out of the air. You take 72 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
Along with Aragon. You are smacked out of the air, free falling, as all of your friends are hovering about 5 feet to 10 feet above the ground. Water, acid splashing upwards at you. And as the gravity leaves your bodies, that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Question.
Sure.
What about the gravity well from Malleus?
Oh, that disappears after his turn.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. That's like a blink and you'll miss it type of spell.
Gotcha.
Yep. So, anyways, thanks for playing. I will say though, you do take damage from the acid, which I rolled. You do take 89 points of acid damage.
Ouchies.
Doesn't quite dissolve you as bad though.
You know what? That is enough that I will, if I have a reaction, go ahead and absorb elements.
Go for it. So it's 45 points of acid damage.
Wait, are there fish in the pond because they're not Fey, so they don't dissolve?
So it's still acid.
Above board. Yeah.
I'm so smart.
Yes. Only Fey can be dissolved in this liquid. But you'll figure that out. Anyways.
The fish adapted to the acid.
Yes.
Somehow.
We'll get there. All right. Well, thanks for playing. Hopefully I will be back in time next weekend. I'm going to be going down to Virginia on Wednesday, so I'll be gone for probably until Saturday, maybe Sunday morning. So I plan to be playing if you guys are available.
I don't think
I'll be at Weird Al.
Yeah.
Going with Weird Al, that's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, well then we are taking a 2-week break then because I'm gonna be at Austin's house for the 4th of July. So 2-week break, big old cliffhanger. Oh,
by the way, Zach, are you coming on the 3rd?
Probably.
4th?
We'll talk about that once. Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, y'all, as you're free falling, level up.
And now I'm free.
So
free falling.
I know we've leveled up a bunch in the last couple of sessions, but it's needed.
Can I just say, like, my next move, if I was still on top of Leon and that was still a stalemate, I was going to cast Enlarge on myself.
Oh hell yeah, that would have been.
What were we supposed to be?
Level 15 now.
15.
Okay, just making sure I'm up to date because you just said multiple levels. So
Yeah,
I haven't been here in like 4 sessions.
Yeah. But okay. Well.
Yeah. So that would have been fun.
Yeah. Well, thanks for playing. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I see a lot of you have been hanging out. I appreciate it. King, Tosh, Corgan. Thanks for chilling. God, I'm looking at my beard in the camera, and it's getting really long. It's getting really, really long. It's also really curly. But all right. Well, I gotta go take a dog outside because he's been begging for the last hour to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it quickly here. Everyone have a lovely night. Everyone, like I said, we're gonna be taking another 2-week break, unfortunately, but there's nothing we can do about it. 2-week break. We will be back on July 13th. For whatever comes next. Everyone have a lovely, lovely rest of your rest of your week. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bye. Oh, you have the Great Racing Stripe down one side, though. Fair enough, dude. Yeah. Alrighty. Have a lovely night. Bye.